Okay, hi, my name is Crystal Proctor, and we are at the Maryland Indian Heritage Society, or the American Indian Cultural Center, as most people know it, that also houses the Piscataway Indian Museum. And I'm here today with Kimberly Rich, who is my apprentice, and we are going through the journey of relearning and continuing to grow and learn native beadwork. So I found beadwork through my mother. She introduced me to beading when I was very young, probably about 6 or 7. And when I was younger, I kind of shied away from it because it was overwhelming. The beads were so small, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is just so tedious, and they're so tiny. So it was something that kind of grew on me. They were a part of my life, and then the older I became, and the more I was able to just sit down and relax and just say, hey, I have the time now to do this. It just stuck with me, and I picked it up and went with it. So it was like second nature almost, and it came natural. Well, for our people, Piscataway Conoy, we majorly use bone. We did have copper here, and shell work, and that is something that me and Kimberly are also relearning as well, using more of the shell. But of course, during European contact, they brought over glass beads, and we majorly use those for our earrings and some of our shell work as well. So within this apprenticeship, we're trying to reintroduce into contemporary jewelry making and native work the woodland style of beadwork that we kind of incorporated once we were introduced to the glass beads from German or European or Polish people. It does evolve, and it's just like any other culture. You have to. That's just what happens. So we, like we say, with the beadwork, we're trying to make it more contemporary, and that so that other people of other generations might want to wear it. I mean, nowadays, you might want to have the gold chain on it instead, or the big medallions that people have at the end of their gold chains. And when you learn something and you keep it for yourself because either you want to make some money off of it or whatever, and you don't pass it on, it dies there. And I think I'm proud of the most is that I learned from my mother, and that I carried it on, and now I'm able to pass it on to the next generation.
Well, I'm Kimberly Rich from Piscataway, Conoy Nation. I got into beadwork when I was around 18, I guess. It wasn't something that I did when I was younger, not something I was into. Let's say it's more like a calling, is how we would describe it. A time to actually sit down and focus on the history of it. And I see myself going further than what my people would do, which was just sell your stuff at the powwow or sell yourself just to our people, but to make it more for everyone instead of just our people. With each generation comes a different tradition, and so this is our tradition. While my next generation can change this and have their own tradition, it's still along the same lines of tradition.
And I think the important thing, I think when me and Kimberly connect about doing our copper and shell work, is that, right, it is something that is, pre-European contact, but like she said, we can make it contemporary and make it appeasing or appealing to everyone. What we thought we lost, is something that we can revisit and relearn and make it our own.